Another Q&A question. This one is for Paul Lawrence. Now, this question is a little bit vague, which Paul's actually apologised for, but I'm going to try and answer it as best I can because I know Paul really, really well. So it's for Paul Lawrence. He said, protein intake, can you have too much, too little? What else can I do to help recovery, growth, pre-season and post-season? Eating, routines, rest acquired after hard session, etc., etc. Creatine, vitamins and supplements. When is it hard to eat 2 grams per pound of protein? He means a gram per pound of protein, I'm sure. Need to give my questions some more thought, but I'm not one to watch the scales or eat grass, but could tweak diet to aid gains, recovery and body maintenance. What I think you mean, Paul, is you don't want to use the scales. You don't want to eat salad for every meal. You want to gain muscle without giving up your life. And you want the maximum benefit of recovering after you've been playing rugby, lifting weights, and maintaining a decent all-round shape. I think that's what you mean. We'll put another video on straight after this to see if that's what Paul means. But here's the question that he's asked right here. So I'm going to try and answer it because I know him. So you want to be, Paul, about 220 pounds because Paul's massive. He's like 6'5". He's huge. He's very muscular and big with a little bit of excess body fat on, but not too much. Sorry, Paul. And you play rugby anyway, and he likes a scrap as well. So he needs a bit of insulation on his body to take the, to soak in the punches. Anyway, let's get into the question. So if you don't want to weigh your food and so on and so forth, you just want like a basic intake of decent food and decent nutrition so that you don't have to think too much. This is what I would do. Being around about 200 pounds, being a 200 pound male, I would try to consume around about something like 2 tins of fish, 200 grams of chicken, 200 grams of Greek yogurt, no fat, and maybe 2 scoops of protein powder after you've trained. Or mix that protein powder in with some yogurt, something like that. That amount will give you around about 200 grams of protein from very, very good sources, from complete amino acid profiles. So you're going to have enough leucine, isoleucine and valine to maximize protein synthesis. Other than that, to stave off fatness, and you're not calorie counting here, you're not macro managing, you're not using scales, try and follow the paleo approach to eating. So if you eat whole foods, like vegetables, fruit, meat, naturally occurring food that hasn't been tampered with loads by man, it's quite hard to overconsume that to the point where you're going to put on excessive body fat. If you follow the paleo approach to eating and you're making sure that you're eating enough protein, generally speaking, your body composition will be favorable. In terms of supplements, creatine is the most tested supplement in sports science. It works. It makes the creatine phosphate system much more efficient. It helps you recover in between sets and it helps you lift more because you're splitting adenosine triphosphate more efficiently through that process. In terms of vitamins, especially in England, we live in the northern hemisphere. We never get any sunlight. Vitamin D3 with K2. That's a really good one for men, especially because of its relationship to testosterone. Zinc and magnesium before you go to bed. Making sure you have enough sleep. Paul was mentioning recovery there. Enough sleep is absolutely paramount and having a good quality sleep. So using ear defenders, an eye mask, making sure your room is dark, making sure you're in a temperature controlled environment. When it's too hot, when it's too cold, you don't sleep as well. Don't eat too close to going to bed because that disturbs your sleeping pattern while you're asleep. Alcohol consumption, try and cut it as low as possible, especially for you, Paul. Other than that, I don't think there's anything more that you could do without giving some serious attention to portion control, weighing your food, and so on and so forth. The thing with weighing your food is you don't have to do it forever. You just do it for a period of time, and then you get to know what your portions look like, and then you can guesstimate your portion sizes much more effectively. But I hope that answers your question, Paul. And if there's any more detail you'd like added on that, then send me a more detailed message and I will answer it for you. Hope that helps.